Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiki LaFleur and I have yet another Valentine's Day look for you because I've created a series for you guys up until that very special day. They'll be linked down below. But if you want to see how I did this one, keep watching. Okay, so my skin is nice and hydrated. I have my moisturizer on and my oils just to keep my skin nice and supple throughout the day. What I'm gonna start with is my Hide foundation. This is an invisible oil-free medium to full coverage. I'm gonna place this on my pan because I'm gonna use my beauty blender for this. And this foundation is in the shade Honey, which I think matches me perfectly, like hands down. So to add a little bit of boosting to my foundation, I'm going in with JLo's Beauty. This is the Star Filter Complexion Booster, which I love. Normally I mix it automatically right in with my foundation, but today I'm actually going to insert it in certain places. Taking my same beauty blender, I'm just gonna put it on my palette and just really just get those areas that I really want to add a bit more oomph, a bit more shine, a bit more sparkle, a bit more life. Look at that glow. I had like an evil laugh just now. Oh my goodness. I'm definitely gonna put just a little bit what's left underneath the eye because why not? Like, there's nothing wrong with having glow there. So I'm putting a little bit on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, just pretty much everywhere my highlight is gonna go is where I'm gonna place this. Next, I'm going in with Erase Paste. This is by Benefit. This is in the shade Medium. This is a favorite concealer of mine, and you can see like I'm almost hitting the bottom, but I love it so much. And before I used to think that this was too light for me, but once you start to really understand and how to use makeup properly, you can finesse any shade, real talk. Like even the lightest of the light. That may take more work, but you still can finesse it, trust me. Real talk. It's like paint, you know, artwork. You can mix white with another color and boom, boom, boom. Get it to your shade. So don't be afraid of any makeup. Real talk. Especially if you buy a wrong shade. Like, I'm not picking that up. Especially if you buy a wrong shade, like, and you don't want to go back and buy another, or they don't have your shade, you still want to use that foundation, just mix it with another one. Like, it makes life so much easier. So I'm taking a little bit and putting on my spatula. This is the MAC spatula. This isn't the MAC pan, but they have one, and that one is in my travel case. So I'm just gonna place this on my pan because I really just want to spread this out. Just gonna use my beauty blender to apply this. So whatever is left on the sponge, I'm just going over my cheek area, doing my reverse contour. Next, I'm going in with MAC Studio Finish Concealer. This is in NW50. I'm using my Flat Expert Face Brush by Real Technique, and I'm just going and bronzing up my outer corners of my face. Adding some cream blush to my cheeks, I'm going in with Relaxation. This is MAC's Lip and Cheek Blush, and I'm using MAC's 130 to apply this, just so that it becomes a base for the blush that I put on later. And I'm mixing this in just to move it around and really help it to blend in nicely. And I want it to blend into the concealer as well as into that bronzer. I'm just gonna go a little bit back and forth just to make sure the bronzer isn't being overpowered too much. To set my face, I'm going in with Huda's Beauty Pound Cake Setting Powder, and I'm using my puff to really make sure I pack this on. I hope you guys are enjoying the tutorial so far. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. So I had a choice between this Coral by NYX or the one by MAC. And yes, I'm hitting pan because that's how much I love it. So I'm just gonna set this blush before I work on my contour. Now I'm gonna go in and set the contours of my face. I'm going in with Warmth. This is by Bareminerals. It's such a pretty nice deep reddish brown that I'm not afraid to use, and even if I was to get it in certain areas of the highlight, it just adds a nice warmth to it without overpowering and really, you know, dulling down the highlight too much. So I like using this and then going into the highlight and just really blending down. And anywhere that I feel may be too harsh as far as like the highlight is concerned, I will go in with the warmth and just add on top of it just so that it can become more subtle. So I don't have much on my blush. I'm just going over these areas just to add a bit more warmth to the parts that I feel may be too bright, too highlighted. So for the brows, I'm going in with Kokie. This is their chocolate brown eyebrow pencil, which is a micro pencil at one end and a spoolie at the other. So I don't want my brows to be too heavy. I'm going in with Anastasia's Brow Freeze with my spoolie, just so I can comb through the brows as well as keep them in place. But I really want them to be more transparent, really light, not too heavy. So to contour my nose, I'm going in with Take Home the Bronze. This is by the Balm. And I love this because it doesn't have orange in it. As you can see, I've hit pan. I have multiple of this product. I'm using an angle brush just to add a bit more depth in the brows and then bringing that down into the contours of my nose. Using a flat shaded brush, I'm just going to blend this out. Moving on to the brows, I'm going in with my 𝗦𝗢𝐶 Collection eyeshadow primer. I really want a nice clean line underneath the brows, so I'm going in with my Laura Mercier. This is the Secret Camouflage Brighten and Correct Duo. I'm using the camouflage side to just create a really light line underneath the brows. And I'm going to use my concealer brush just to blend this out, but also to give me a nice clean line while adding a bit of highlight underneath the brow bone area. Going in with my Makeup Forever, this is the 12 flashcard case. I'm using a flat concealer brush to create a shadow on the inner parts of the eye. Using a short shading brush by Real Technique, I'm going to blend that out. I'm going to blend that out into the outer crease. And I'm not adding more product to the brush, I'm just blending it out just so that it becomes a nice sheer finish. I really want the color to be more concentrated on the inner corners of the eye. Using a flat shaded brush, I'm going into my MAC palette. This is Ground Brown, which is a matte shade, but it has a nice deep, rich chocolate shade tone to it that I'm going to place on the inner corner of the eye. Going back in with this shading brush, and I'm just going to blend that up. So on my spatula, I'm going to be mixing some colors. I'm going to mix the white with a tiny bit of brown. I really want the shade to be a bit more nudish, more tan. And I'm going to keep mixing just until I find the right shade that I'm looking for. I might add a bit of yellow. That's why I love this pan, this spatula. I'm just going to keep mixing until I get the right shade. So I finally got the shade that I wanted. I mixed the white, I mixed the brown with some yellow, as well as added a bit of gold, just a little bit of gold. And I got this really pretty nudish, tannish look. I'm going in with a defining brush by Real Technique. And what I'm gonna do is create a line from the inner corners of the eye to the center. Very important, I'm making sure that I'm really in the crease section so that when I open and close my eyes, the white part is the only part that's actually being touched by the crease. So even if you have to overline just a little bit, just so that the brown doesn't touch the white, and then it will start to mesh and blend in with each other. Now that is on, I'm taking a very fine detailed 228 MAC brush, and I'm gonna blend that down. Next, I'm going in with a light sheen color. This isn't a matte color, but I just wanted to show you. It's very, very light in texture. It has more of a pinkish, goldish sheen to it, which would be great to not overpower and overdo this white line. I'm going in with a flat shaded brush. I want to set it without it being too overpowered by any color. Going back into the MAC palette, I'm going in with texture right here using MAC's 224 brush, and I'm putting this all over the crease and just warming up this area from the brow bone to the eyelid. And I'm dragging that up and out. Being careful not to touch the white line too much. I definitely wanted to go over the end of the white line just to blend that out, but I really want the white line to kind of end in the center of the eye, or semi. Using a flat shading brush, I'm going in with Cross Culture by MAC, and I'm applying that on the top lash line, and I'm gonna blend up and out, almost parallel to the white line. To help me create my wing, I'm using this silicone wing helper. I don't know, I got it from my 𝗀𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀. I don't know what it's called. If anybody knows, please put the link down below, but it's friggin' genius. I love it. And it just really helps to make my life so much easier. So what I like to do is follow the guidelines of my bottom lash line. That helps me get the best wing that I prefer. So it's very subtle because I can't see so far away. I needed two hands. Normally I would have pressed a bit harder, but I'm gonna keep going and I'm gonna come back and fix it. So now that I have a guide on, I'm gonna go ahead and fill this in. Using a clean angle brush, I'm going in with the black shade here. This is Carbon, and I'm just gonna set that cream. Just to be a bit extra, I'm going in with Glitter Brilliant by MAC. This is a gold pigment. Where the white line is, I'm just placing just a little bit just to enhance that area. I hope you guys are enjoying this look so far. I have a link down below if you want to buy me a coffee. Check it out. Just to add a bit of life to the eyes before I apply my lashes. So me and my broken freaking makeups, but this is Baked Gelato. I love this highlight. It has such a creamy texture, but it also has such a high shine that I just can't help but use it. But it's definitely broke if I'm holding it. So see, it tilted. I gotta fix all my stuff. It's so embarrassing, but I don't care. Like, you guys know the struggle and it's so real. I'm gonna use this with a fluffy crease brush by Farrah. My nose, the tip of my nose. just a soft highlight on the cheekbone. Just a little bit on the Cupid's bow. For the lips, I wanted it to be fun because I feel like the eyes are more of a neutral tone. You know what I mean? So I'm going in with Cola by Juvia, and I'm also gonna mix that with Charlotte Tilbury. This is the shade Medium. I'm just gonna blend my lips together. Really want to get a nice bubble pink color. So I'm going in with True Babe by MAC, and this is a Victoria's Secret Candy Baby. And I'm gonna mix these two together. First I'm going in with True Babe. I'm not adding a lot, just that's enough, one swoop instead of adding more. And now I'm going to use my finger to add the other shade. And those Victoria's Secret lip glosses, oh my god, they taste just like candy. So to go on a date with a man, and to kiss your lover, oh my god, they gonna eat you up. I buy them just because you don't really find too many lip glosses with flavor. And I love going on dates with this. Who doesn't like kissing that special person and they're like, ooh, you guys, you understand. You know what I'm saying. Victoria's Secret lip glosses, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. So it is a bit hot in here and I feel like I'm a bit more oily. And I want to set my face, but before I do that, I want to actually remove a bit of that high shine because this setting spray sets your makeup as it is. If there's a shine, it's going to set it with that shine. And I love that because it keeps the parts that I want to be matte, and the parts that I want to have that gleam and that shine, it just knows what to do. I don't know how to explain it. It sets it perfectly. So in the meantime, I'm going in with Laura Mercier. This is the Invisible Loose Setting Powder that I love to use after my makeup is on because it's so fine that it works perfectly for after when the makeup is on. Do not use it as a setting powder for heavier makeup because it's too light. This is why you have to go in with a heavier powder. But when it comes to just removing the heavy shine off your face after your makeup is on, this is my go-to. I'm gonna place some underneath the eyes. So now I'm gonna go in with my Set and Prep by Sophia and Mabel. All right, beauties, so that is it for this look for this Valentine's Day tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this look as much as I did. We're getting really close to that very special day. I hope you guys choose one of the looks that I created. If you do, please let me know in a comment down below. Other than that, you guys, please like, thumbs up, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye, beauties.